afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the cutoff race of round one for the Phantom Racing League Pro-Am Series. We're going to be racing today at none other than Talladega to decide who moves on to round number 2 here in the playoffs. Gonna be a good one, Elvin. Definitely. I'm pretty pumped.
Man, we got a good fact, Steve. Okay, cut. All right. we got a good field tonight. All right. Um, we got around 13 to 16 cars out here, and it's good to have those numbers, especially at Talladega. It's gonna be normal draft tonight instead of low draft, so that'll be something to look forward to, and hopefully these guys put a good show on for tonight. We got a lot of teammates working together, and we got some people that are lone wolves out there, so it's gonna be something, man.
Yeah, and the discussion between teammates is who's going to be the pusher and who's going to be the one getting pushed, because that makes all the difference in trying to get a good run at a restrictor plate track.
Most definitely, I had to go get my phone. But yeah, definitely going to be something to watch, just with strategies and everything. I think we're going to see, you know, teammates of 5 out there, or maybe possibly 7. And you just don't know what this track's going to bring, just the super speedways in general.
Yeah, and with this being the cutoff race, you got a lot of guys who are going to be trying to be aggressive, make moves that they probably don't need to make, but the moves that they have to make in order to move themselves on to the next round.
Most definitely, as I know for that last spot, it's going to be between I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be between Portal Guy and MFF Edtho tonight. And it's for that last spot in the playoffs going on to the next round. Who could get it? Could it be Portal or could it be Ed? They're very close. I think it's like 20 points separating between them two. Portal's going to have a really good run tonight to get by MFF Ed, though, in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're being separated by 23 points. MN Pro Trader behind by 42. So it's really just between Edtho and Portal Guy, and really Portal has had a lot of good runs, but a lot of bad luck here in these playoffs. So he's definitely going to be needing to put it all together here if he wants to get on to the next round. He's been putting in the work all week, so we're going to see if that helps.
Most definitely, as you know, not trying to be that guy, but there might be a storm coming our way. I know the storm has been traveling a lot lately. So, we're prepared. Once again, we got our raincoats on, believe it or not. We're in the booth with our raincoats while indoors. Believe that.
I mean, I am in a hoodie right now, so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm shirtless right now. I'm flexing my abs and everything, and just pumping up my biceps, just doing some curls while I'm talking right now.
I can just
I'm getting
picture
ready.
it being like I can picture it being like the cartoon where the guy flexes and then his arm just droops down. Oh, but who's gonna be? So are they doing qualifying right now?
Yeah, they should be 5 minutes into qualifying right now. And I know when I left that chat, there was like 13 guys in there, so hopefully it grew over time.
Yeah, hopefully. Telling you what, though, there's going to be a couple of guys that are going to be looking to potentially lock themselves in. Keith is not really a lock yet. He's only up by 42, so one bad move, if he misses the rest of the race, he might be looking at trouble.
Double trouble, you know what I'm saying? But like you can't forget about P Fulton pushing P Fulton. This guy has had spectacular runs, and we might see some upsets tonight. It could be P Fulton. Hell, it could be MFF Edtho or Keith. You don't know who's gonna win, especially at these super speedways.
That's what makes him. That's why everybody loves or at least watching them. You don't love being in them because of that. It's really just a matter of speed and luck.
Yep.
But I want to see. But who's going to be the one to watch is going to be on everybody's mind. Who are we looking for tonight?
Honestly, wait, are we going to picks right now?
Yeah, why not? Get out of the
All
way
right, hold
before
on.
we forget.
All right. Yeah,
Cause
like we did last week,
I'm
right?
yeah, because I'm looking at MFF Kari. I know he's still heartbroken over last week, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago, because I missed last week.
Yeah, so is that your pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with MFF Kari. I really
All right.
like his consistency through these rounds.
Something's telling me to pick Mark, but you know damn well I'm not doing that. You know damn
Oh
well I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna go for two underdogs. Not gonna lie.
yeah,
My primary pick, I want to say Pushin P Fulton. I feel like he has a good card tonight, and he can get it done. He just gotta find his teammates out there and who he works with and everything. And yeah, that's gonna be my pick.
I think my underdog pick. I'm kind of rooting for him, but I'm gonna have to go with Portal Guy. I think he's gonna get that win and secure himself into the round of 8.
Yeah.
And your
Oh,
underdog?
my underdog. Okay, sorry, I had a text message I was reading. Um, so my underdog, I gotta pick MFF Ed though. Those are I feel like my both my picks are pretty shocking. And hey, especially at a super speedway, you gotta go with the underdogs only, because I don't want to go with the primary guy and then an underdog wins.
Mm-hmm.
As everything NASCAR is getting demoted. I that wasn't even English. His comment.
Yeah, no.
We
Yep,
can't be
you
having
can.
that.
We got to get everything NASCAR did to post that New Hampshire finish from Thursday because I've gone back to watch that finish about 5 times now. So,
Yeah, it was a crazy finish, and what a smart move by Blackcross at the end by hitting the brakes and getting under him. Honestly, that move I was not expecting from him.
no, it was just an absolute textbook move. You didn't have the inside, so what do? Slam on the brakes, get behind him, and dive the corner. It was an absolute textbook crossover.
Yeah, most definitely, and everything NASCAR did post it, and I think he's
Oh,
gonna put a diss
sweet.
track on you. He's gonna put a diss track on you. That's what's gonna happen now.
Well, I was just saying because I was on his page earlier, and I saw the Pocono one, and I'm like, oh, dude, he's got to get New Hampshire on there. Honestly, dude, he needs to go back and like watch every Thursday race for the past 4 weeks. It seems like every Thursday race ends in a side by side finish.
Most definitely, as it should. And sometimes we'll be having them low car counts, but hey, we still put a hell of a show out there. And honestly, it's not even intentional. We don't have a script for this thing. It just ends up happening. And every single time our commentators go, to school or back to work, they have no voice, and their friends are asking why, and all they you can just answer with one word, and that's Phantom.
Yeah, that the Thursday race is only going to get even better there come next week once Mark McAtack and Kari move up there. That's going to be awesome to see. And I think we need to reiterate some things that happened Thursday, just in case if some of the people that only watch on Saturdays didn't hear, is that you are retiring.
Yes, I will be retiring. Uh, my my time isn't up yet, but it's coming to an end. And I think I'm just ready to open up a new book, go on to a new chapter, and make my name bigger than what it already is now.
Yeah, no, going over to the iRacing world, just got your setup. It looks sick.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, I'm definitely excited about it. Racing modifieds, the wheel modified tour, just SK modifieds. I'm from up north, and all we know is short track racing, and super late models. That's gonna be fun, and just racing with like 40 people on track and just 35 people and stuff like that. It's definitely gonna be something different, and I've been doing a lot of research, and I talked to a few people on there, and I think I'm a head start of a lot of other people, and that just feels good to have people that been on there for years and be surprised at what I'm saying to them. Because as a
Yeah.
newcomer to iRacing, the last time I was on there, I was like 12 years old. I didn't know any of that, but this game has
Mm-hmm.
taught me a lot, and I'm happy I came back to NASCAR Heat because if I didn't, Phantom wouldn't have had a rebirth and become what it has been.
Yeah, and it's growing pretty well right now. I mean, the caliber of drivers that's in not only just the Pro Series, but even the Pro Am Series is top notch, some of the best in the game. And that's all stuff that you help build. I mean, it's got to feel
Most
good knowing
definitely.
that you're leaving behind something that's going to be sustainable.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I made a huge impact on this game, whether it's bringing up drivers. I can already name a few that I brought up. If it wasn't for me, Typical wouldn't be here. JWoww wouldn't be there. And Polly wouldn't be here. I mean, he would be there, but he wouldn't have evolved as quickly as he has. And, he definitely works his butt off for it, which is awesome. And honestly, I have to say he's probably the best, driver to come out of MFF that I have recruited. And that's one of the
Yeah.
main reasons why I gave him the league. He shows passion. He still has that flame lit as mine's going out, and I feel like maybe he can bring Phantom to another level that it hasn't hit yet. I know next season we are gonna have a lot of talent coming in, but we are gonna have one going out, maybe a few. I don't know, but it should be a stacked field. I don't know what's gonna happen. Some things are gonna be changed with there being a new owner, and it's gonna be interesting. You know.
Yeah, but I think this league is pretty well established, and excuse me, I think they'll be able to make compromises to try and keep as many people as they can, and not only that, try and get everything set up, getting the message now. I think qualifying's wrapping up now, so we'll let them know to send over the invites.
And we got some comments coming in. What up, Nikki? We are doing good, I think. Um, uh, yeah, everything NASCAR. You're gonna have to bother Parley now. Um, Bro is like the fourth youngest in the league and already retiring. I may be retiring from this game, buddy, but I'm moving on to bigger and better things. You know. And
I mean, everything NASCAR is thrown straight at me. He's got to throw something at you.
oh yeah, most definitely. But I've been on this game for a while now. I've been racing against pro league drivers and was here since I was 14 and started becoming really fast. And to start getting fast at that age is pretty impressive. And the most latest person that I've seen, myself in, honestly, is probably MFF Kari. He's he hit that level of fast at that age is pretty insane. And I
Mm,
think we're getting some invites.
yeah, I'm trying to pull up the streams right now.
Hey, Copenhagen. All right. Hell yeah. And um Kari hates this damn track. That just came in. All right, cool. So he might have did really bad at qualifying. I think that's what that's telling us. But this ain't gonna
I'm
be,
trying.
I'm not just gonna disappear into the sunset. I'll still be here behind the scenes, and I might still be in
All
this
right.
booth, not as a main commentator though, but as a secondary. Um, just all depends on how busy I am. But I'm not
Yeah, can you
saying
set?
that Phantom won't come over to iRacing, but it could still happen.
Yeah.
Just not recently. Uh I want to get pretty familiar if I'm gonna start Phantom over there.
Yeah. All right. As we are now joining in, you might have to send me Ed's his stream account so that way I can follow along with him.
Yeah, I got you. He
But
didn't say
we
join,
are.
did he?
He did. He told me join now.
All right, they're in the race right now.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah, he did. Oh, well, that came in delayed. That's weird.
And here we go. Cars are getting lined up. The end of round one at Talladega is underway. We're green flag racing as Technasi will lead him to green. Fairlane Cobra to his outside, but there. 55 of Keith riding there in second. Edtho will be driving around in fourth. Technasi inside line seeming to have the run right now. But that outside line sticking right with
Little
him to the
delay.
outside.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Ooh, getting
No.
squirrely on the bottom though.
All right, I sent you
Ooh,
the
but
link.
55 of Keith is definitely showing signs of being a little too loose right now. We're going to see if he can keep it going as the outside line starts to break apart and to lose momentum. 27 now gets shuffled out. He's going to get freight trained. Edtho kicks him to the curb as the inside line. And the 55 of Keith just going absolutely squarely through the corners, able to keep it going straight.
As you see this outside line to start the form, and you got people switching in and out. They're kind of ruining my talking right now, but you know, Keith, he's a snake right now, bro. But I don't
I
know if you're
know.
seeing what I'm seeing, but he's
I'm
a
seeing
snake
it.
right now.
Is this slippery little snake? Sorry, I had to bring that meme back. Oh, here comes Portal to the inside of, I believe, the 44 of MN Pro Trader. Gets shuffled out to the outside as now everybody seems to be moving to the
Contact.
bottom. A little bit of contact between him and Pete Fulton. He tried to squeeze into a gap that may not have been there. As now everybody switches to the bottom. And Technasi continues to pace the field. Oh, and as soon as
Honestly,
I say that, here comes the two to the outside, forming a line.
hopefully this is as much good racing as Daytona was. Daytona was pretty good if I remember correctly. I know you weren't there, but it was pretty good, and Ultra dominated that race. You know, he led probably more than half of it. And I think Technasi's looking to do what Ultra did in the beginning of the season, as he has not, you know, fell back from that front spot since he got there.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job being able to keep that car steady and pace the field, even though every time he looks in the mirror, the 55 is going everywhere. But it seems like that outside run lost its momentum. But as soon as I say that, here comes Kari looking to see if anybody will go with him. Ultra Citron in the 23 seems to show signs of wanting to work with him on the outside. But that is it. And at this track, you need more than two to be able to pass a group of 10. Portal.
As we got some three wide action, you know, we had 3 lanes up there. As Mark keeps on trying to start another lane, you know, he's one of the guys that does not want to just stay single file, which is an awesome thing to see, as you got the 44 pushing him.
Yeah, he's now getting that 4-car train to the outside, trying to keep it sturdy as the 55 just trying to keep a handle on his car. It's really jarring trying to look up and look how Technasi's doing, seeing that 55 get squirrely in the corners. But hey, as long as he keeps it straight, really. But it looks like Mark McAttack in that outside lane just keeps dissolving and he just keeps dropping.
Most definitely, as we have one of our we got a newcomer to fandom, and that's Hoosier Boy in that number 10 car. And the last time we seen that number 10 car in track was from hockey. So this guy looking to do some successful things with the 4 races that are left, and Phantom.
Yeah, he's trying to just stay with that lead draft. He has the 2 of Mark McAtack behind him. As now we see Portal Guy leading the charge on the outside, able to get that outside line working. The 50 tries to jump up. The 50 car Shack Attack. Portal goes right around him. Is now, rides it a little bit wide in the middle lane. They keep going straight though, except for the 55 who keeps going up, down, up, down, up, down. But hey, he figures it out and he keeps it going. As now there's really nobody on that inside line. It is
These
now
guys.
everybody up high.
These guys are going to have a massive run coming out of this turn. With Portal Guy leading, it just makes you think, who's going to jump up? Is it going to be the 55 of Keith, or is it going to be Garv, or are they just going to try to stick it low and hope for the best? Here they go. Oh my goodness, the run. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is a huge run as the 47 of Portal Guy move him to the lead. And now the 8 car, who we didn't really talk much about in the beginning of this, MFF Nomad. A little bit of a sleeper that could have a good day today is now that outside line starts to dissolve, and now the lines seem to be equaled out again. The 47 riding up near the wall, taking the fastest way around, and you got the 5 leading that inside line, taking the shortest way around.
Most definitely, as these guys are still packed together like a sturgeon right now. I said it, a damn sturgeon, man. And these guys aren't going anywhere, as I think everyone's still here in the pack, which is an awesome thing to... Oh, never mind, I lied.
Yeah, P. Fulton lost the draft. He's sitting back, and Fairlane Cobra. And who is Fairlane Cobra with? It will be... Who is P? Oh, Edtho. Okay. It's now, here comes Shack Attack with the outside line. Using that momentum. The 23 of Ultra Citron was in that outside line. Got shuffled down to the bottom because everybody started getting loose. He didn't want to get caught up in anything. Went to the bottom, and now it worked out. He's ahead of that second line. As that high line now starts to break apart and fall back to the inside. Ooh, and the 8 and the 12 in the back make a little bit of contact. 8 trying to squeeze down. No gap to be had. Falls in behind the 50 of Shack Attack right at the tail end of this lead line. So we've seen the aggression early. Oh, it's a 55, hits a double yellow going into the corner. Don't want to be doing that. That'll be a good way to get sideways. But we've seen the aggression early, and we're about to see it again as drivers keep trying new ways of getting around this 5 car, who even when they do, just continues to end up prevailing and staying out front.
Most definitely, as Tech Nasi's still leading this race. But you could just see how much the outside is trailing right behind him, about to pass him coming out of this turn.
Yeah, and you can tell that I think him and the 55 of Keith really had a chat before this race, because Keith has stuck with the 5 of Tech Nasi. Even though the outside line has had the runs and has gotten by him, the 55 continues to stay true and loyal to that 5's bumper.
Most definitely, as we're going to see 2 pit stops tonight in every stage, so that's going to be something to see. The total race is 94 laps, and I believe these guys get 13 to a tank.
Yeah, as now we see the 15, 23, and 47 drop in front of Tech Nasi. On the inside is now Garv in the 15, who we don't see a whole lot of usually. Now in the lead here at Talladega. And Ultra Citron. Ultra Citron's been a guy who's had like the worst luck in these playoffs. Just either he's had good runs, but he's been one of the guys who's just not been able to finish the run. I'm really hoping this will be the race that he can finally get a finish together.
Most definitely, as like I said before, Ultra Citron known for these super speedway tracks. You know, whether it's on strategy or anything. You know, he led almost MFF into top 3 status, and I think he did actually. I think they all got a top 3 last time they were at a super speedway. So he's probably looking to do that again.
Yes, now we got Technasi in the 5, serving that first green flag stop, and unfortunately, by himself, as dedicated as I said the 55 was, he leaves the 5 all on his lonesome down pit road. Now everybody, I believe, in the lead pack will be coming down this time.
I've seen a few people signal, so I hope nothing bad happens.
I know, right? Now we see them all drop to the apron. The 2 sending it, trying to break.
Oh my god. That was
the
some
2
scary
of Mark
stuff.
McAtack sent it to pit road.
Mark was flying down pit road. We're gonna see if he got a penalty or he gets a ticket, because he flew fast, man.
I was gonna say I'm not hearing anything about a speeding penalty, but only time will tell when he comes out. And the question is too, where will Technasi fit in all of this? As right now the 2, I believe, did get hit with a speeding penalty. He is still on pit road. Which this might not actually be as bad, because the 10 got one as well. He has cars to work with. Now, where's the 5 of Technasi? I think these guys would be best served to sit back and let this 5-car catch him. Because you got a group of 3, group of 2, and then Technasi behind them that just came off of pit road. Or if you're Edtho in the 77 and Fairlane Cobra in the 27, maybe let the 5 catch you and use him to help you catch those other 3. Because right now, I think at the end of all that, Garv is still your race leader with the 12 of MFF Kari behind him. And Portal, Ultra Citron, Shack Attack, and Keith in a line of 4, running him down and fast. How will they be able to maneuver getting around him?
They go to the outside and just pass him. This pack has been flying. You know, they caught him extremely fast compared to everybody else. And it just makes me think what they took down pit road, or was it just a numbers game?
Yeah. Now, looking back in the field, that group of that 3, 2, and 1 group have combined to a group of 6 in a straight line on the bottom, trying to catch the leaders that are about a half a track ahead of them, as we are now on lap 16 here in stage 1. Question is, can this group of 6 be able to run down the leaders up front, who are also lined up in a group of 6 and not looking to break up? That's crazy, though. At the end of green flag pit stops, you are a full straightaway difference between Group 1 and Group 2. I think, though, the biggest loser out of that whole green flag cycle was Mark McAtack. He absolutely cooked pit road entry and got that speeding penalty that put him a half a lap away from the leaders.
Most definitely, as I think a lot of people pit, and the only person that didn't was Technosty. So maybe all these guys here have sped because Mark's up behind this 8 car and Nomad. So it's just making me think that he sped. You know, all of
Yeah,
them.
the 5 car went down a lap sooner than everybody else. And it really paid the price. As we see that short pitting here is not the answer. And the worst part about him coming down early was that he was all by himself. So when he came out, he didn't have any drafting partners to work with. So it was just him running the simple line around the track. That doesn't help when you're trying to get ahead of the rest of the field.
Most definitely.
Because right now, I think these guys are going to run single file as much as they can in the back. But as we get nearer to... Oh, as we had some looseness go on in that lead pack. They're broken apart. Kari to the outside. The 15 of Garv and the 55 of Keith have all but lost that lead pack almost. They just might be able to stay on their draft. But I completely missed what happened there. I was going to look at how many laps we had, and I just heard engines cut out. So, interesting turn of events. That second group has got to be all giddy now, knowing that that lead pack just lost some momentum.
Yeah, most
And now
definitely.
they're
As they're
racing for the
battling.
lead. Not what you want to see if you're the leaders, trying to stay ahead of a really fast second pack. 11 laps to go. Here in stage 1 at Talladega, the 15 of Garv wants to be the new leader of this one. The Portal and that inside line not going away. And now everybody starts falling back in line, knowing that racing for the lead has allowed that second group to close in. Not by much, but you want to keep the gap as wide as possible here, knowing there's still one more green flag pit stop here in stage 1.
Most definitely, as I think we're going to see a lot of people take no tires on that last stop. And maybe a few of them just did that this stop because I know the way that your car is built, sometimes you can go no tires for 2 stops straight.
You're going to have to see how this goes. It might have been some people took tires in that first stop because it was not really, as it was the 5-car Technossi who came down all by his lonesome, and then the next lap, everybody came down. So some people had to have taken tires because I don't know how you get a gap like this if you didn't. I mean,
Most
there can't be
definitely.
6 cars who sped on pit road. Because now we come to 9 laps to go in stage number 1. But what a job by this first pack, though, to be able to stay together, and even when they go side by side and race for position, still just able to maintain this gap over this second group. And Portal right now doing a really good job of being able to lead that first line and really be able to hold his car on the bottom.
Most definitely, as I know we have 5 viewers watching, so don't be shy. Let us know who your picks are, who you're cheering for. We love to see who you comment. As we have a long race here. Every lap is probably 50 seconds, maybe a little bit slower than that. So try to talk to us. Give us something to talk about, especially when these guys are just single file and just waiting for the right moment to strike.
Yeah, and let us know who you think is going to be going home at the end of it. Well, not going home, but not advancing between the 77 of Etho and that 47 of Portal. Because right now, Portal has the upper hand and that being the leader, and Etho being caught back in that second pack.
Most definitely.
Now pushing P. Fulton, just not really having the race I think we thought he was going to have today. I think he might actually be a lap down because he has just not been there all day. I don't know what is going on. If he's just not comfortable with his car to be able to work in the draft, or
well, you can't forget what happened earlier with the contact between him and I think it was the 44 car. I can't remember exactly, but I know he had contact with someone and went below the apron. You know, got a little bit loose in the middle of the turn and really slowed down his momentum. And right now, I'm pretty sure he is the lucky dog. So as long as no one else goes a lap down, he should be a-okay for the next stage. As you can see in the front of this pack that there's no one there, which is a good sign for this number 62 car.
Yeah, as now I think we got guys signaling that they're going to come down this time. Oh, is the 23 of Ultra Citron and the 47 made contact through turn and going into turn 3.
Oh, contact.
As the 23. Oh!
The 47 and that 23 had contact together. It just makes me think, how much damage did that 23 receive, if any, on that rear bumper?
Yeah, and I don't think anybody got a speeding penalty, as now the 8 of Nomad comes down. But everybody else in that second group decides to stick it out one more lap, which is really a good idea.
Here we go, no tires.
Yeah, everybody coming out at the same time. That's going to leave the 8 car of Nomad on an island on his own, as he is just now getting into his pit stall. So now the 2 car of Mark McAttack will be your leader. But the question is, who will it be when these green flag pit stops are all done? And how will the fight be for the winner of stage 1 as they come to a screeching halt? And no pit penalties this time through for either group. As now here comes a 47 of Portal. Coming around, everybody now getting into their pit stall as the 47 is getting back to the lead.
Yeah,
so staying out the extra lap didn't work.
Well, you got to remember how much time that this first pack had on them. You know, it's expected, you know, that they would not come out on top yet until this pack gets, you know, put back together. You know, with stage 2, the way it's going to start and the way it's going to end, I think it's going to be completely different than it was in stage 1, with people knowing some strategies that are being used and just being more cautious heading down pit road.
Yeah, not absolutely sending it. Mark still sent it a little bit, tried to put a little more oomph on it, but backed it down just enough as Technossi had an absolutely stellar pit stop. Comes out way ahead of the group that he pitted with. Mark came out behind him, but was absolutely a mile away. As now we have coming to 3 laps to go here in stage number 1. Stage points are crucial here, and Portal knows that. So he's going to fight hard to get these extra stage points to get himself that much closer to the 77 event, though, as this time by 2 laps to go. Everybody staying in line, staying together for right now, but that's all going to change, I think, next time around.
Most definitely, as you cannot forget, Portal Guy needs these points. He's 20 points out from 8th place, which is MFF Ed, though, and this would be perfect for him if he could win this stage, but anything could happen at Talladega.
Yeah, expect to see the blocks. He's gonna fight hard to keep everybody behind him, knowing the point situation. As now we're gonna be coming to 1 lap to go As now you're seeing the cars as if you look in the back of that lead line, cars starting to drop back, maybe starting to form a run. And this stage will come to an end next time by. We are on 1 lap to go in stage number 1.
Most definitely.
No
What will
one
these
jumping
guys
out
do?
yet. Yeah, nobody's jumping out yet. Everybody's staying together right now. 47 stays out in front as they go into turn 3. I don't think anybody's got a run yet. We're going to see what happens coming out of 4. Who's going to make the move? Remember, the start-finish line is on the other end of the tri-oval. The 15 and the 50 jump out of line, but it's going to be too little, too late. Potentially, as Kari tried to make a jump out, doesn't. Portal, your winner of stage number 1, and the winner of 10 precious points.
Definitely needed.
As that second group is now just coming across the start-finish line. That was a heck of a gap that lead pack had on that second group of 6. But now, seeing how these green flag pit stops go, are you trying to do any short pit or staying out a lap longer kind of strategy, or are you just coming down as everybody else does?
It all depends on the situation that you're in, whether you're in the front of the pack or the back.
Well, we're going to find out how this goes as we're coming to green to start stage number 2. Portal and Ultra Citron will lead them down. Out of the tri-oval, green flag is out to start stage 2. Portal and Ultra lead them through. Kari and the 15 of Garv will be right on their tails. As that 47 of Portal, that low line absolutely stuck together and running away from that outside line. Yeah, everybody's starting to fall in line a little bit. Yeah. Like it is. It's all about who is good at pushing and who's good at getting pushed. Who's going to have the speed to lead you to the leader on the outside. Because right now it seems everybody willing to stay in line right now. But I just saw Eto have an absolute insane run on the inside. Got past 3 cars to move himself up to 7th. I think he was back there in 10th when he made the move.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, as he gets loose, goes below the double yellow, gets back on track. Ultra Citron trying to start the outside line again, but no takers. He will be hung out to dry to wait for the next attempt. As Portal just absolutely in control. Everybody's willing to stay behind him. He's had a really good car today, so he's definitely a guy you want to stay behind.
Most definitely, as that's the stage 1 winner there, and he's looking to do it again.
Yeah, and you got Technasi now back into the top 5. Really struggled on pit strategy in stage 1. Lost out on a couple of those points that he could have had. But now maneuvering himself back in the top 5, and he's going to be looking to stay there this time, as he was the pole sitter and didn't look like that at the end of stage 1. Now you got the drivers Trying to form the outside line again. Mark McAtack jumps out to the outside, jumps right back in line before the hole closes, but almost gets shuffled out as Ultra Citron and the 23 and the 27 of Fairlane Cobra jump out to the outside, looking to see if anybody's willing to go with them. Enzo jumps out the last second, right across the nose of the 23, the 2. Oh boy, here we go. The 8, I believe that's a 44 of MN Pro Trader now leading that high line around. Can they get the run going? Can they use the outside? It doesn't look like it right now, but now that they're all together, can they make a run to the leaders? Right now, that inside line is just so strong. Now, MN Pro Trader sees no win in sight. And that outside line jumps right back to the inside. Now back out to the outside. Tried to catch a little bit of that draft on the inside lane to give him a run on the eye line. He's using it, but he doesn't have anybody with him but the 8 car of MFF Nomad, who doesn't let him in line. Tried to let him in line. 44 took too long, and now will be stuck on the outside.
Most definitely, but like you keep on seeing guys keep on trying to go to the outside, but when you got that outside rolling at the right time, the right area, and just when you do it perfectly, you just know how strong it's going to be coming out of these turns, as we've seen it in stage 1 when Portal had the outside line with that train behind him. It is very, very strong.
Now, is it not when, but where you start that outside line? Would you want to start it on corner exit and not so much corner entry?
Most definitely. I would start it coming out of the turn, because that's where you're carrying all your momentum, especially if you're backing off and getting the draft of the other drivers. And you know, you just gotta have people go with you too. You know, you need the numbers, you need to time it right, everything needs to go perfectly for you in order for you to succeed in it. So a lot of communication that needs to be done if you want that move to work.
Yeah, not only communication, but also execution. As right now we see everybody starting to fall in line as somebody has lost the lead draft, and that is the 77 of MFF Edtho. Dropping back there with the 10 of Hoosier Boy and the 27 of Fairlane Cobra.
Most definitely. Look, some newcomers, you know, just in a little rough patch right now. Hopefully we see him come back up to the pack in stage 3.
Yeah,
no, the final stage, not stage 3.
Yeah. Yeah, and not a track you really want to be new at when you don't know anybody, don't know who to work with. It really makes life that much more difficult when you're riding at a track like this. Now there's drivers starting to communicate, trying to form that outside line, and here they go. That's the 50 of Shack Attack and the 5 of Technosy. Move the 5 to P2 and the 50 of Shack Attack to the lead. And they drop down in front of the 47 of Portal, as I believe that is the 62 of Pushin' P. Fulton getting pushed around this
outside
Talladega racecourse.
You figured it out. You got it.
I got it. I had it. I just had to get there. Because now that outside line's starting to lose some momentum. They see it. They acknowledge it. They get back down to the inside, try and regroup, form the momentum, and P. Fulton gets squirrely, jumps out of line, able to get back in line. Only lost one spot to the 8 of MFF Nomad. But everybody back in line, and Technosy able to use that outside to gain 2 spots, get himself not only in the top 5, but back in the top 2. Moves himself up to second. Is now the 44 of MN Pro Trader. And the 23, the 2, the 55, all trying to use the outside line this time. Not gaining any ground. Might have been a little bit too late starting that line. As the 8 of MFF Nomad jumps up to the 44's aid. Is now a 4-car tandem, turns into a 5. Now you're starting to see going into this corner, they're able to hold their own with that inside line, able to have a little bit of momentum. We'll see how that carries on corner exit. The 62 jumps up thinking everybody's going to stay to the high side, and everybody goes low. The 62 will try to get in line. Oh, just cuts the nose off of the 2 of Mark McAttack. Will drop in line behind him.
Dude barely got in there like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, I know. I thought there was gonna be. I thought I was gonna look in a rear view camera and see him go spinning in the infield. But here we go. The outside line forming again. The 8 of MFF Nomad leading the charge with the 44, the 23, and the 2. These guys have been trying to get this outside working for the better part of this stage, as we're still yet to see green flag pit stops, as we are 11 laps here, now on to 12 laps through the second stage, as the outside line still struggling to get going, as now these guys after they drop back in are now way behind these leaders.
You got some pitting.
Yep, Kari showing the inside, showing he's coming down this time. Question is, will these guys, when they come down, be able to get their car slowed down? And here he goes, the 12 of MFF Kari, all alone, coming down pit road.
As we remember what happened to Teknasi when he was the lone wolf and pitted, you know, things didn't go as well, because you got to think how much more faster than all these other cars are going than you were in just a lap. And they're just pulling. That's 10th after 10th, second after second, and, you know, that's a lot of time, especially when you're on a huge track like this.
Yeah, is now everybody's starting to figure out their next move coming down pit road. We're hearing a couple of cars coming down. I believe it's the 47 that will be coming down this time. Yeah, he does. Everybody this time coming down. Will he get slowed down?
Mark again. Oh my goodness, that dude came in like a sturgeon again, dude. We're gonna have to watch see if he got a ticket again.
No black flags. Everybody makes it through. No penalties. And now here they come, the 2 car. Everybody coming out this time. And now Teknasi will be the lead car. The 5 able to come out ahead through this round of green flag stops. This time not the lone wolf. He's able to be your leader when all is said and done. Where does the 12 of Kari? Kari actually not that far back from these leaders. If the 50 can stick to the lead draft, which is a really tall ask, which I think they're going to fall back. I think the 50 of Shack Attack is going to drop to the 12 Zaid. The 12 car lost a lot of time hitting by himself, as now you can just see the leaders going across the line as he's now in the middle of the tri-oval. That's got to be a lonely feeling, though, when you go down pit road and you see nobody in front of you go and nobody behind you came with you.
Oh yeah, well definitely when I see that dude, I'm swearing at him. And in my head, I'm not gonna say it out loud, of course, but I'm definitely swearing in my head if I go down there and I'm the only one. But especially at super speedways, I don't work with anyone. I just stick with the pack, and that's what I would do whenever I'm at these super speedways.
Yeah, now as we see everybody go up to the outside lane. MN Pro Trader leads the charge. And we'll get by Technossi, who came out with the lead after the first round of pit stops and now drops all the way back to 6th. Absolutely textbook, and now everybody falls back in line with MN Pro Trader, your new race leader. The 8 car of MFF Nomad behind him, the 2 of Mark McAttack in 3rd, Ultra Citron in 4th, and Portal moves himself back inside the top 5. Absolutely textbook outside move.
Just with the way that things have been going for MFF Head, though, it's definitely hurting him in the points. As you see, Portal, he has not left the front pack in every stage that has happened so far. With Portal running in 5th place. Even them, that's 5 points right there. That's pretty damn good. He's making it up
Yeah,
slowly but surely. It's gonna be close at the end when these points get calculated. So that's gonna be the talk of the town.
that is, especially with how many he needs. If I'm Portal, I will be talking strategy right now to get myself up to that front to try and win another stage and make up even more ground on Edfo. Right now, who is currently outside the top 10 and will not be receiving any stage points if he continues to run where he's at. So definitely strategy will be coming into play, although we still have one more green flag pit stop left to do before the end of this stage.
Most definitely, as this race has been flying. And you know, want to thank our sponsors, most definitely, as you guys can see them rotating on the screen, as we would do that at the end of the stage. And just thank the fans, this is the reason why we do it. You guys show up, we provide. And, I hope you're enjoying what has been some good racing tonight at Talladega.
Yeah, definitely. And what's going to be a very close points battle to move on to the round of 8 portal. Right now, on the winning edge of that, getting the 10 bonus points. I don't know if Edtho got any through stage 1. And now looking to get more as he's running in the top 5 spot. Needs every point he can get through these, next couple of through this stage and the last stage.
I can tell you, man, it's going to be very close on who makes it for that last spot, dude. And I'm just waiting for them to see the board and just scream out a word that I will not say live.
As now this second pack is starting to form up with the 12 of MFF Kari leading the charge, as they will be about a half a lap behind this lead pack. This is just amazing to see how they get spread out like this. This is the same thing that happened in stage 1 through that first round of green flag stops. As now that second group looking to pit this time. Trying to short pit and get back up to that lead pack.
Smart strategy there. Let's see how. Not trying to be that guy, but I can't even see him. Where they at?
As now we see the lead pack staying together. They're not showing signs of coming down this time. As now everybody in that second group comes down. Looking to take a short pit strategy. I'm hearing a half a can of fuel to just be in and out of their pits and just be able to make it to the end of the stages. Here they come now. 3 seconds in, 3 seconds off. And they are out of their pit stall, and here comes the lead package. Now we got a car spinning, and it's none other than the 77 of MFFF, though.
Something that you definitely do not want to see when you're fighting for that last spot in the playoffs.
Oh, and he's now going to be a lap down. And
That
so
thing's
isn't
crunched.
the rest of the cars that came down that time.
That thing is crunched. He went back to black and blue, and that's what his car is right now.
Yes, right now we're seeing tire lights on. Well, we have 8 laps. Or sorry, no, it's fuel. He has 9 laps of fuel left. I do not yet know how many laps we have left in this race. But right now it is showing that the 44 of MN Pro Trader still your leader with the 8 behind him. That lead pack has definitely had the better 5 laps to go. That's how many laps are left in this stage. There we go. As I believe this lead pack is still yet to come down. But I'm not liking what this second group is doing. They're staying 3 and 3. They're not working together as a group of 6. Nobody's falling back yet. That's a little worrisome, knowing that they need all the momentum they can get when this lead pack comes down, presumably this time by.
Yeah, and these guys been staying out, so that's just more time that the other field will gain in them. But like, it's hard to even say that because you got to remember those guys took no tires.
Yeah.
As the 44 is signaling.
Yeah, they're looking to come down this time around. And through that signaling, almost caused a wreck down the backstretch. So that was almost comical. But here they come. Everybody slamming them down. The 2 of Mark McAttack goes into the pits, your leader, after being in 4th through there. Nobody with a speeding penalty, though. Mark McAttack in his pit entry has just been something to watch today. You got the speeding penalty in stage 1, but other than that, he's been lights out. Now here they come, and Mark McAttack will lead them out of the pits. As they come out ahead of that second pack, who's still caught on that back straightaway. Five of Technosy comes out in 3rd, but where's the 47? 47 of Portal. It's on the back end of that lead pack, and just barely able to stay on that lead draft.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm him, I'm staying low. Oh, he's there. All right.
Oh, he's got a good run going up the outside. Right there on the back of MN Pro Trader. Ultra Citron in front. Side by side for the lead as we come nearing the end of stage number 2, with the amount of laps I believe is around 2 laps to go, I'm going to assume. The 77 of Ed, though, is on pit road and taken 4. Looking to try and use that strategy, knowing he most likely will not go a lap down, to be able to stay out and have the same tires as the leaders. Right now, the 8 car trying to jump up in front of that 23 to use the outside line, and now here comes Technasi in the 5. He will shoot around the 2 and take back the point, as I believe we are on 1 lap to go in stage number 1. Yes, we are on the last lap of stage 1, I'm going to say. And if they go around again, they go around again. Oh, but the 8 gets shuffled out. 3 wide for the lead. The 44, though, going to give the run to the 5, but here comes the 47 of Portal. He needs the points. Going to the 77, not having the day. They get squirrely. Portal jumps low, but Ultra Citron is your leader as they come down across the line. Ultra Citron will be your stage 2 winner. Portal, 19 points through the first 2 stages.
Finally get to use some new racing cards.
I know, right? I can't wait to see him. I'm too busy looking at Etho, who finishes in 14th. No points. Which means, I assume, I'm going to go back in his stream real quick to find the end of stage 1. To see where he finished, if he got any stage points at all. Yes, he did. He did. He got 2 stage points. As now we are green flag. Racing again. The final stage to determine your winner and to determine who moves on in the round of 8. Will it be Portal or the 77 of MFF Edtho as they get squirrely in front of him in the back? The outside line with no momentum. Portal just falling now. Trying to get to the inside, and he does. Edtho caught 3 wide in the back. Ooh, the 27 and him make contact. Everybody stays straight. Mark McAttack dropping all the way to the tail end of that line. Yay! Yay! That was a lot of close calls, but Ultra Citron now your race lead now, and still is your race leader, with the 8 of MFF Nomad, who's been finding himself in second a whole lot today, putting himself in the right spots to be able to make the moves he needs to make when he needs to make them. Has not yet led today, I don't believe, but all that matters, you don't need to lead the race, you just need to lead on that last lap. Right now going single file. Wrapping the bottom, the fastest, or the shortest way around this monstrous track. I can't remember, is Talladega 2.5 miles?
Think so. I don't do that.
Cool.
I don't do my research. I just race on the damn track. You're asking the wrong person. I don't focus. I know what 1.5 miles is, but I don't focus on these big tracks. I hate these damn places.
You know who does hate it? Portal and Ed, though, right now, is I believe Portal is about 15 points up on the 77. He needs 12 more. I still think it's a must-win for that 47 of Portal. As now we see the 50 Go below that yellow. Able to get himself back in line through the corners, but because he did it in the corner, his car is massively loose. Able to get it back together again as the 62 of Push MP Fulton, tries to go to the outside, has nobody to help him. And will be freight trained all the way to the back of this line. And you're seeing cars in the back of this line you're not used to seeing, like the 5 of Technology, the 2 of Mark McAttack. Like, these are usually the guys that are fighting to stay in front. Right now, it is the 23 of Ultra Citron who's out in front and continuing to lead this charge.
Most definitely, as anybody can win here, as Ultra Citron is in the lead right now as we're speaking. And last time he got to the lead at a super speedway, he never left behind him, and he stayed there the whole night. So we might just see just that tonight or the rest of the race.
Yeah, as now we are in that final stage, and we still have that last round of green flag, or the last 2 rounds, sorry, green flag pit stops. Have not yet had a spin, no cautions. We've stayed green this whole way. So props to the drivers for being able to make all of these moves they've made tonight and be able to keep the cars going straight so we don't have to rack them up and do it again.
Most definitely. As no one's making moves to the outside, and I think they learned their lesson.
Nah, it's just you can't do it when you're tight onto somebody's bumper. You got to do it when you have the run. The only problem is these guys are so in such close quarters. Being able to get that run is what the challenge is. Right now we are coming around to complete another lap here at Talladega, and we will have, when they come around, 26 laps to go to decide the fates of 8 drivers. But right now, though, everybody's still in it. And at a track like Talladega, to say that you're still in it in the final stage is a big plus.
Oh yeah,
definitely deserves an attaboy.
If you're out of it, well, you need to get better. I mean, I don't know. It's a draft track, Don't lose the other cars. Hold the line, turn left. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Ooh, his Portal and Eto almost come together. Eto keeps the car going straight, and we stay green. We almost just had our first caution of the day. I thought at Talladega we'd definitely be seeing more cautions, but these guys are doing a really good job of keeping their lines, communications at an all-time high. Like I'm listening to all their communication, and it is just non-stop. So these guys are doing everything they can to keep their cars going in the right direction.
Yeah, most definitely. It's a good thing when your league has a brain, and we got that.
Right now, though, they continue to stay single file, as we are still yet to see anybody come down for green flag pit stops. Now down to 24 laps. The laps continue to tick away at the 2.5 mile oval of pain. Take a look at see where the playoff drivers that we are watching are, and they are right bumper to bumper. The 47 riding in 7th, and Eto right behind him in 8th. This is the part of the race where Eto needs to do what he can to stay with that 47. If the 47 wins, he might just be through that next round. Though, I think if he can come in the top 5, I think he might be safe. I'm not quite sure. Didn't actually do my math at all before coming in here either, so that's on me. But I do still believe Portal needs to win this race to safely secure himself into the round of 8. Even with the points he's gotten through the first 2 stages. But while we got a minute and these guys want to ride single file, let's officially throw a shout out to our sponsors today, because we have not yet done that through the first 2 stages, even though we've had plenty of time to. Gonna give a shout out to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, The Super Squad, ESMN, Everything Stop Motion Network, Mark McAttack, 010 Redline, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, MinutePeach.com, and I want to throw a special shout out to Flash 9 Fitness Program, hashtag lick trees.
You better go lick that tree, because if you don't, you're not keeping up with the pack. If you're not keeping up with the pack, you didn't lick a tree. So the only way to stay up front is to lick a tree. You know, get in that crevice, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. Because if you don't do that, you might end up like... No comment. Alright, we don't diss drivers. We don't diss drivers.
Good talk, good talk.
Yeah, good talk, good talk. We don't diss drivers, but you want to know what we do diss?
Oh! Oh, the 55 and the 62 make heavy contact, and now the 55 in the wall! Heavy contact between Keith and P. Fulton. No caution, we stay green.
That's awesome. My controller got disconnected for a second.
Oh, hot damn.
Does it work? Oh, it works. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
What?
My controller works. It's doing what it's supposed to.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
glad
right?
your controller works properly.
Yeah, you would have just heard it going flying across the damn room.
As I think now I'm seeing drivers signaling the pit this time. I think I saw Kari go below that yellow. And we do, in fact, see drivers pitting this time. But not all. The 47 comes in. The 77 stays out. You got the 8, the 44, 23, 12, and the 47. All come down this time. Well, you have out in front the 5, the 77, the 2, the 27, the 10, and the 15 and the 50. The end of all these green flag pit stops. The one thing that remains, the one question that remains a constant is how will they exit? As now this lead group stays out on a whole nother lap. They're going to be on 2-lap pressure, whatever, when all is said and done.
Well, they might not even be fresher if they're taking no tires.
I know, but they're going to have 2 laps better fuel, which is going to serve them really well at the end of this race. Knowing that when you stay out that much longer and you really push it to its max, that means that last pit stop you need to make is going to be that much shorter, knowing you don't have to wait that long for fuel. And now here they come, down below the double yellow. Mark absolutely sending it. Was at the back of the train, now will be at the front. Or at least damn near. As Hebdo did the same thing, he sends it. The whole second group now down pit road, a full 2 laps after Group 1. As the leader of that group will be the 8 car of MFF Nomad with Ultra Citron and Portal. And Kari behind him. The 44 of MN Pro Trader just ahead of them, all on his lonesome. As I believe that whole first group took tires as well. They did. They took 4. 17 to go here in the final stage.
Look at that train behind them.
Yeah, they're coming up fast, getting by the 10. And now has a run. Nobody going to come up and block. They're just trying to get up to speed, but move the 8 car. Or no. It's a 27, a Fairlane Cobra, who's out ahead by miles right now as your race leader. Did he go no tires on that pit stop, but he's going to jump ahead or jump up and let that much faster line go by, move the 8 car of MFF Nomad to the point. With Ultra Citron right behind him, the 47 of Portal moves up to 3rd. 77 of MFF Ed, though, also moves up a position, but he doesn't want to see that 47 get closer to the lead as these laps continue to wind down. As we still have one green flag pit stop left to make. And after what we've seen through the first couple of green flag pit stops through this race, the fact that this one came out with more drivers together than any of the other ones is a good sign for what we're going to see after that last one. The question is, what will the 47 and the 77 do? The 2 drivers fighting to get into that final spot in the round of 8. Because right now, we have not been seeing Mark McAtack just have the day that we're used to seeing him have. Right now, everybody trying to figure out who's coming down in what group before the move needs to be made. As drivers right now have around 10 laps left in the fuel tank. But we do know that that second group came down a whole 2 laps later than Group 1. Will that affect the strategy when they come down again the next time? Because now we see Technasi forming the outside line. 5-car Technasi trying to get help with him on the outside, but the outside line just isn't forming. Ooh, tries to squeeze in front of the 2 of Mark McAtack. Couldn't do it. Waited too long to get there and will now fall to the tail end of this lead pack. Etho now moves himself into the top 5. Both Portal and Etho moving closer to clinching themselves into the next round. And here comes Etho to the outside, forming the outside line, and it looks like he's got a whole lot of help. MFF Etho needs to stay ahead of Portal in order to secure himself into the next round. The outside line trying to stay together, but right now just can't get the momentum. And MFF sees that and drops back in line.
Usually I talk about strategy, but I think we just keep on seeing repeats until this last pit stop, where I believe most people took 2 tires.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, I think the first group took 2, while the second group took 4. Right now, we are at 12 or 11 and a half laps to go here in the final race of round 1 at Talladega. The 8 and the 23 continuing to pace the field with Portal and Kari right behind them. I'm waiting to see how the end of this one unfolds, knowing that we could be seeing some blocks that might not be advised to be made, but might need to be made in order to give yourself that win. He's got a lot of drivers right now who might just be racing 4 wins, knowing that they're already secured into the next round. Might as well get through round 1 with a bang. What better way to do that than to get a win at this restrictor plate track? Is now the outside line being led.
More communication.
Yeah, being led by the 44. Oh, they're getting the momentum. They get squirrely, though. They almost make contact with the 23 on the inside, but gather it back together. MN Pro Trader doing everything he can with the 77 of Edtho behind him. Down the back straightaway, they are pretty even when it comes to speed. Now, the help is just not there for that outside lane. They're still sticking with it, though. They got the 5 of Technasi willing to help that train out. Edtho drops back to the inside. As now everybody drops to the inside, and MN Pro Trader gets left out to dry on the outside. Jumps back in line. It's pretty interesting to watch these guys when they get held out to dry. Once that momentum of the draft comes into effect on the inside line, just how fast they drop. Right now, everybody's still running single file, plotting the moves, as we are now coming around to 8 laps to go. And this is 2 pit stops, yeah?
Yep. Yes, indeed.
It is. Edtho only has 4 laps left in that tank. So these drivers will need to be coming down within the next 2 or 3 laps. What will they do to shake up this running order, to put themselves in the position to win? 2 drivers that need to advance. Portal in 3rd. The 77 back here in 6th. As now we have drivers signaling they're actually going to pit. Potentially. Yep, this time by. Drivers will be coming down to get their final service of the race. And a very clean-ish. We did have almost an incident down the back straight between the 62 and the 55. And now here they come. The 77 coming down, squeezing through.
The 77 make that 23 speed? That is the real question right now. Oh my goodness. That's a scary sight to see. I know I clinched up when I seen that 77 coming.
And here's the big thing. The Portal and Edtho come down at the same time. So now it's all about exit. And the 77 will have the clear win on exit. Portal will be at the tail end of this train when they come down, when they come off. Not what Portal wanted to see on the final pit stop. Wait, I'm trying to go back to see how many laps left in this race are to go. 6 laps to go.
That is definitely what Edo needed.
Right now, how will they fare against the first group that came down, or the second group that came down, or is coming down now? Only taking the one can. Here they come. Now, how will this second group? Here they come, the 12, the 5, and the 77. Closing in fast on the leaders that just came out. I believe that's the 44 of MM Pro Trader that's right ahead of them, and it is. Not up to speed yet. They go around. Closing in now. On who is it? It's the 50. 50 is Shack Attack. 27 and the 15. And I believe it is the 15 of Gav that is your race leader. And that is what we're being shown at this moment.
I
lost an earpiece. It is now lost in my headphones.
No, he doesn't
got it back.
Right now.
Oh, we good.
All right, cool. So Gar, can he get the win? You know, he only been racing for a few races now to win, and that's just crazy. You can get the win down. Even for Fairlane Cobra, you got 2 different winners up here, but Kari has caught up to the pack. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, it's now heartbreak at the end of that green flag cycle with Portal running in third. Is now the last car on the lead lap. The back end of that second train. I don't think without a caution he'll have a shot. He will have a shot at this race. With the 15 out front right now, leading this charge with 3 laps to go. On the edge of his seat, probably sweat down the back of his neck, knowing that at any moment, the entire field could just work around him. So I think now it's pretty safe to say that if the 77 can keep his position, he will be advancing into the round of 8. Two laps to go. Mark McAttack has been in the back all day. Now when it matters most, here he comes in P2. The 27 of Fairlane Cobra riding in third. As now we come around through turns 3 and 4. Have to get through the tri-oval here. Remember, the start-finish line is on the back end of the tri-oval, in between the end of the tri-oval and the start of turn 1. 1 lap to go. The final race in the round of 12. The 50 backing off, starting to get a run. The Shack Attack, they're all backing off. Kari and the 5, he jumps to the outside, but he has no help. They're too far back behind him. Or are they? They have the time. It's not at the top of the tri-oval. Kari has the run. Here he comes with the 50. They have a run. The 15 tries to go up to make the block. He doesn't do it. Kari, they're 4 wide to the line. Give it to the 50. A Shack Attack.
Wow. That was insane. That was the last lap, right?
Yep.
Oh my, Shaq got it?
Shack Attack, your winner!
Oh my goodness, what a win for Shack Attack.
Shack Attack will finish in first. Garv will finish second. Mark Mag Attack finishes third. Kari fourth. Technasi with the top 5. Fairlane Cobra will finish in 6th. Edtho finishing in 7th. I believe secures himself into that round of 8. And unfortunately, this is only just me guessing right now. I don't actually know the real numbers, but all signs point to Portal not advancing to the round of 8. What a finish to this one. As now we wait for the drivers to get it here in the booth after a 4 wide finish.
That was wild, bro. Oh my goodness. The finishes just keep on friggin' getting better. Oh my goodness. Am I making a bad decision going to iRacing? Oh my goodness. So what was our top 3?
Oh, I just left the stream, man. It was, I believe, if I can get my stuff to work with me. It was the 50th Shack Attack, 15 Garv in 2nd, and Mark Mac Attack in 3rd. So you had 2 kind of newcomers. Shaq's been running the past couple weeks. Garv, though, definitely one of the newcomers coming out of here with a top 2.
That was wild, dude. I'm still shocked. I might be making a bad decision going to iRacing, guys, because these finishes just keep on getting crazier and crazier. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and hit that like button, because if you don't, we're gonna have an issue. I'm gonna throw a rack at your head. And yeah, just a very crazy race, man.
Yeah, now here's the Shack Attack's in, Mark Mac Attack is in, Garv is in. The top 3 now in the booth. Give them a minute to compose themselves. That was a hell of a finish by you guys. Because I know I might need a minute myself. After having a close win on Thursday, now coming to Talladega to get another one. But if we're ready to do it, then I will move right on to the interview portion of our event and start with the man who finished in 3rd, Mr. Mark McAttack. Walk me through your race, buddy. You were riding out back through the majority of this race, but your pit stops were absolutely extraordinary. Walk me through it.
Yeah, started mid-pack there, and everybody was just trying the bottom feed and ride the bottom, so couldn't really make any moves. I tried to a couple times, but no, you'd only get a couple cars, and you just go right to the back. So try to make it up, on pit road there. So the first stage, the first pit stop, I got caught. I went a little too fast in, and kind of set me back there. But yeah, those pit stops there, second and third stage, definitely helped, and able to get up to the front there. And then at the end, I was pushing Garv no matter what. I was trying to push him to his first win, and luckily, or unfortunately, I should say, we just came up a little bit short there. Shaq had a heck of a run there. He timed it perfect, and fortunately came up a little bit short. But hey, Talladega top 3, I'll take it. Really wasn't expecting too much or figuring I'd even be up here tonight. So, yeah, overall good race, and looking forward to the next round starting next week.
Yeah, and you said there were struggles on the high line. What was it about that high side that just wasn't working today?
Well, you have to have the right number of cars to go up there and make a move. And, if there's only 4 cars on the outside and there's 7 on the bottom, you can't do nothing about it. You're never going to get enough of a run to materialize. So, you just have to have the right number of people in the right cars that can hold their car straight. And we were kind of struggling to figure that out. So it took a lot longer to make runs and stuff. So we kind of, again, just had to stay on the bottom. So, it really just all depends again on who's in the high line and who you can trust really to go. So.
Yeah, now, you said it yourself too, a top 3 at Talladega, not an easy feat, especially with the way this race went. We didn't really have a whole lot of cautions. It all came down to how you performed on pit road. Is this going to be a nice momentum piece now that round 1 is over? You've had a pretty clean round 1, a very consistent round 1. Is this going to help you as you move on in the next round?
Maybe a little bit. I always say momentum's a real thing. I don't take much stock in again Talladega, but feel good about the next rounds and the tracks that we go to. So yeah, we're feeling good, and hopefully we can get her advanced and get to the championship. That's the ultimate goal. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome. And hey, congratulations on a top 3, and a good luck to you to the next round.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Also, Mark, check Snapchat real quick. Not Mark. Wallbridge. Okay. I was looking at Mark's car. Oh. It screwed me up. Just for that, you're not into the next round.
Can't hear them.
All right, so now we'll move on to our second place finisher. That would be Garv, correct?
Yes.
Good. Now, Garv, we've seen you. You're a newcomer around here. You haven't really had this many runs. Walk us through your race getting around this tricky 2.5-mile track.
First off, I want to thank Elvin Priest and Mark McAtack for allowing me to race in this series. It's pretty humbling. I don't know. I qualified, 5th or something, and I just wanted to stay with the pack. That was my main goal. I didn't want to lose the draft. I just wanted to stay on the lead lap with the pack. And like Mark said, we tried the high side a few times, and we just couldn't get anybody to stick with it. I mean, if we'd all got in line and stayed with it, but we would kind of fade a little bit, and then everybody'd bail. So got to the point where, we'll just stick with the bottom. And I had some really good pits. They were probably too good because I come out by myself a couple times ahead of everybody, and they just ran me down and went right around me. But I got in behind them and stuck with the draft. And towards the end there, we made another good round of pit stops the last time, and Mark and I got out there together. I kind of waited on him a little bit, and I thought we had it. We were close, but Shaq, he had a heck of a run on the outside, and then somebody come on the inside, and I couldn't hardly block either one of them, so I just took what I had, and that was good. I'm pretty happy about a second place finish with this caliber of guys.
Yeah, no, that was a heck of a 3-4 wide. I can't even remember how many wide going across the line. It might as well have been 5 wide trying to get that win. Was there a move that you probably could have made a little bit sooner, a little bit of that hair of draft you could have caught off of somebody when you made that move? Was there anything you could have done different to try and steal that one away?
I think maybe I should have went to the top side and got in front of Shaq there and took that away from him. I didn't see where Mark would have been there, whether he had anybody he could have blocked or what. But it's Talladega. I mean, the finish line is 4, 5, 6 cars wide if it really has to be, and everybody's looking for real estate. So, hey, it's just the way it happened.
Yeah, well, hey, want to say congratulations on an awesome P2, a very good run today, and we're excited to see you more as this series goes on.
I thank you very much.
As now we move on to our race winner, shot out of the cannon across that line. The man in the 50, Mr. Shack Attack.
Hello.
Hello, buddy. Walk me through that race when your heart rate calms down.
So, my strategy going into the race was I'm going to give the playoff guys the spots on the stages because I know stage points mean the most as long as, with a good finish. I did make it known to everybody coming to the start of the last stage that gloves were off, that I wasn't going to give up positions anymore. I helped as many people as I could in the stages by giving them an extra point here and there. But I am not the type of person that's just going to move over and let people win the race. So I kind of worked with the group that I was with. We talked through what we were going to do. Coming to the last pit stop, it was like a Hail Mary. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. I don't know if the first pack that had pitted split up into a couple different groups, but we had come off pit road, all got hooked up, and just had a hell of a lead on them. I tried to make a run. I saw that the 12 was backing off. So when I got filed back into line, I kind of just gauged my gap. And coming out of 4, I went for the run, and the 12 pushed me. And then I think the 5 gave me that extra little boost coming across the line. But all in all, good race. I have a feeling guys are going to be upset. It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of the playoffs. Been there, done that. I've been in that situation, but you can't fault a guy for going for a win.
Yeah, especially, I thought it was a relatively good move by you. You didn't get in anybody's way, I don't think. But, yeah, now you're going to be racing the rest of the season, right?
Correct. I'll be racing for, I believe, actual points starting next season.
Yeah, I can already tell by the races that we've seen you win, this will not be the only time we see that 50 car in the victory lane. So, but definitely want to give you a congratulations on that race win, and can't wait to see you get more, buddy.
Thank you.
As now we're going to interview some of the other drivers who finished in the top 8. And I'm going to start with, as I pull my phone out to get myself in here, I'm going to start with that 77 car of MFF Eto.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
How's it going, bro? Hey, walk me through your race, bro. As the point stands, I believe right now you are through to the next round. Walk me through your race and that feeling that was almost not there.
Yeah, first stage went all right. I didn't really gain any points on Portal because he got to a stage win, but I think I finished 7th, so I knew I had to get as much points as I could. It was extremely hard to get anything lined up on the high side, and with the cars, the way they're just so equal, you know what I mean, on these super speedways, it's just so hard to get a run unless you got 7 cars versus 4. You're really not going to gain any room because sometimes guys can't really handle it up top, or they bail too early or whatever. But man, I just can't believe it. That coming to the end, I don't know what happened on the last pit stop. me and Portal, Nomad, and Ultra and Corey all pitted together. We all hit the line about the same exact time and everything. I took 1 can of fuel, no tires, just like everybody else did, pitted right there together. And for some reason, we came out of pit road like 5 seconds ahead of them. I don't know what was going on, like 4 seconds ahead of them. So me and Corey just hooked up, and I kind of rode it there. I was kind of blocked in coming to the line. I seen that 4 wide finish, man. That was crazy. I thought about saying, hey, I'm going to put it under the apron and take it 5 wide, but then I wouldn't have got no points.
Yeah.
But it was just nothing I could really do but just try to hang on. I would have been a little more aggressive, but I knew Porter was behind me far enough to where I probably would be locked in on points. So I just kind of tried to push Corey, and I think it was the 14 that was behind Corey. I just tried to push them to and tried to get Corey to win, but it didn't quite work the way I planned. But congratulations to the 50 car, man. He run a good race, all race, and he was really steady. He could really hold his line good. I'm glad he got the win.
Yeah, now that you know that you're through, does this kind of give you that sigh of relief, knowing that, I mean, this first round, what didn't go exactly how you wanted to? Are there things that you could look to improve in the second round to try and keep yourself above water?
Yeah, I definitely got to get faster to hang with that top 4, man. That top 4 in points is just screaming fast, and got to put in more practice. My main thing, I get real sick a lot of times, and I don't have a lot of time to practice, so but I'm gonna have to push and try to get that practice in. And my heart was going right there at the end like I was winning the race.
Oh my God, dude, mine was absolutely out of my chest. But hey, congratulations, you're through to the round of 8. Take the time, take the deep breath, have a drink to celebrate, and get ready for the next round, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now, because one guy got in, that means one guy did not, and we're going to move over to the 47 of Portal. Portal, walk me through your race, dude. At the first half, you were on point. You did everything you needed to do. You got the stage win. You finished second in stage 2. Walk me through that second half. What happened there?
Well, before I say anything else, I just want to thank Elvin and everyone else in the MFF team for helping me out like they always do and giving me this spot. Yeah, like you said, the first stage, everything went great. Got my first stage win of the season, and made up a good amount of points in the first and second stage, and then third stage, just total bullshit, and people just fucking letting people back in line, just whatever. I mean, yeah, just sucks we came up short, but it is what it is. I knew it was going to be a long shot coming in with 23 below, but like I said, it is what it is. Good on Ed for making it. So still just so fucking stupid that my PlayStation had to fucking have its issues. Those 2 weeks. That I think that's mainly what cost me, and then also the third stage is everyone just being a little bunch of prissy foot peddlers or whatever, just not being bold, but whatever. Yeah, just means I can drive however I want and not have to give a shit because I got nothing to lose. So now the only goal is to go for a win because I'm not letting this season go by without a win, at least if I can help it. So it's whatever happens. Like tonight.
Yeah, and with the car that you've had, you definitely have that top 5 speed, if not a car that can definitely be able to get that win. Is there a track coming up in the remaining schedule, that you think you could be able to steal a win from one of these playoff drivers?
Auto Club and definitely Vegas, because I know we had a good car at Vegas from the practice race back before we even started the season. So put some work in on Vegas, get Auto Club down. Definitely those 2. Homestead, I'm definitely one of my better tracks. So also one of those 3. Just as long as things don't go right and I'm not ran over or killed like I am almost every other time I've had a shot to win, or just anything goes wrong. They usually do, like tonight. But yeah, I'm fairly confident at least Vegas will be my penultimate last shot at getting a win.
All right, well, hey, unfortunate end to your point season, but definitely not the end of you trying to get the win. Look forward to seeing that 47 car in victory lane this season, buddy.
It damn well better be.
All right, it's now we'll interview some of the other drivers who finished in the top 8, and we'll start with the 12 of MFF Kari, who will, I believe, just finish second in points ahead of Ultra Citron. Kari, walk me through this race. There's something you could have done different to put yourself in victory lane?
I don't think he has a mic.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's
his mic is
awesome.
broken.
I'm just going to talk to air.
We got Nomad in here. He made it in there.
Well, shoot. Then I'll move
Let me
on
see
to
if-
third.
I'll try and see if I can get Kari on Snapchat, and then he could hear
Yeah.
you through Snapchat. But go ahead and do Kari, I guess, or whoever else.
All right, do we have Ultra Citron in here?
Solid copy, my friend.
Hot damn. Hey, finishing third in the point standings as of right now. Walk me through your race, dude. You had a pretty good stage, too. I thought you were going to really be putting on a show there at the end. Just came up short, though. Walk me through it.
First off, I just want to thank Elvin and the rest of MF guys for giving me an opportunity to race in this league and just be a really amazing team with us. My goal was very simple. It was try to get somebody in our team a win today, and ultimately we came up short. We had a really sound strategy coming in, and the first 2 stages we were clicking like clockwork. Worked really hard with Portal and Nomad up towards the first half of the race, and got Portal a stage win. I know that was big for him. He returned the favor in stage 2, and probably one of the craziest moves I think I've ever made at a super speedway. I don't know how we stuck it, but we did. The last pit stop, I'm not sure what happened. Most of us took fuel only, and just I don't know how the rest of them got hooked up faster than we did when most of the rest of the field pitted a lap or so after us, but we weren't able to reconnect, and so we just kind of just tried to pick up what we could and just finish it out. So didn't have a big wreck, so that's good. No big one today, so that was really good. I think throughout the super speedways this season, I don't think we actually had a big accident that I can think of this season, so really good. Clean super speedway racing. I mean, in terms of my point season and most of my regular season, man, I really, after Pocono, I was in a really big slump. I had about four last place finishes in a row, allowed Mark to come up and get the regular season title, and quite honestly, I felt really out of it and just didn't really have any confidence left, and really just tried hard, had a good car at Dover, wrecked, came through here, and we're just like, okay, we can make at least the top 8 and just play big picture. We've got a shot, so just really happy that I was able to. Was really good bounce back for New Hampshire, even though the finish won't show that it was better than New Hampshire. But overall, this 23 car was really, really awesome. Just gotta thank everybody. I gotta shout out my girlfriend Nicole for being an absolute rock for me. At really my lowest point throughout the season, just trying to reinstill the confidence in me, and she was wonderful with that. So I look forward to Auto Club. The round of 8 is really good for my wheelhouse here. I'm really loving Auto Club. I do really well at the 2-mile tracks. Vegas, I have a good setup. I didn't use it at the practice race because I forgot to put it in, but we'll see what Vegas has got for us. And my favorite road course in the game, Charlotte Roval, so really good set around to 8. I think if we can keep this car up front and finish strong, there's a good chance that we can go for a championship at Homestead. So just got to bring the confidence moving forward, and yeah, let's go have some fun the next few weeks, eh?
Yeah, definitely. And you've been really coming on these past 2 weeks, so definitely can't wait to see how this progresses into the next round. So we can't wait to see it, brother.
Absolutely, man. I hope to be back here at least a couple of more times before the season ends, hopefully for wins.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck, bro.
All right, I got
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
And now, as I have in my ear, I believe we have MFF Kari now available. Yes. What's up, buddy? But anyway, so you were right there at the end, bro. Now that I'm not talking to air, walk me through that 4-wide finish that you got to witness.
Man, well, first off, I want to thank giving thanks to MFF, Elvin, and MFF crew, and it was a great teamwork. Working with my teammates, got some good stage points. I don't know if I got better stage points. That was the whole goal today, is to get better stage points than Mark. I don't know if I accomplished that, but towards the end of the race, I think I should have just stayed with track attack for real, and just got third. But I don't know. It was a good finish though.
Oh, that was a heck of a finish.
I found a hole and I tried to take it. It wasn't enough.
Yeah. Now, you've been having these pretty good runs. You've been stringing along these top threes. You've been in the booth almost every week. What is there anything that you can do to improve your position moving forward through these next couple of rounds?
I am looking to be marking points. Just trying to be consistent on like top threes finishes and stuff. That's all.
Yeah, well, hey, if you keep this up, it might not be too long till we see you in victory lane, bro. Yes, sir. Is now we will move on to, I believe, the 8 of MFF Nomad.
How's it going?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Not so bad. I was really hoping to get a win. As we were right up there at the end. Yeah, everyone did a really good job. I mean, made the outside better than we had at Daytona. That's for sure. Really wasn't stagnant all race long. Definitely learned after the first stage, losing the draft, that you had to be mindful of the moves you made when you went to the outside. And if you wanted to get back down, you had to get back down quickly. But yeah, nice to be moving on to the round of 8. Definitely hurt to miss New Hampshire. Had been running a couple practice races here and there. Had lap times on par with what Mark had been running, so I was pretty optimistic. Unfortunately, was pretty sick. There was no chance at making it. But we'll go on to Auto Club, the Roval, and Vegas, and see what we can do there.
Yeah, and you've been really doing good at keeping that 8 car in the top 5. But we've seen at the end of these races that it's kind of been a little bit of a fall off. Is there something that you know you need to work on to try and improve into the next round to make sure that you might be one of the cars that moves into the round of 4?
More or less just putting the end of these races together. That last pit stop we had here, there was a lot of good communication on what we were going to do. We were all very clear. I don't understand what had happened. I mean, we all took the same amount of fuel, but ended up in 2 groups about 5 seconds apart, which was kind of crazy. But, another good example would be Richmond. Had a solid car there. That last stage, after that last pit stop, the car fell off really quick after being stuck on the outside. Tried to hold it, and there was nothing I could do. Just going to really try to pay more attention and put more effort into the finish of these races.
All right, well, hey, congratulations on a good finish here. And hopefully we can see this 8 car be in the top 3 moving forward, bro.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to contending for more wins.
Now, I almost just forgot to ask you, seeing as how we have a lot of drivers that are saying that these next 4 tracks or next 3 tracks are in their wheelhouse, is there anyone that you see that really just fits your wheelhouse that you might be able to steal a good finish from?
thoroughly, I'd have to say I'm quite at odds with the Roval, but definitely Auto Club in Vegas. The bumpy tracks, I absolutely love them. I don't mind sliding around. I don't mind getting a little loose here and there. Dirt tracking, as a lot of people would say. I love it.
Awesome. Well, hey, we look forward to seeing you over the next 3 races and wish you good luck here in the round of 8.
Thank you very much.
All right, and I believe that will wrap up the interview portion.
Also,
I
too,
do
I'd
want
like
to
to.
say one thing.
Yeah.
I do want to say one
Yeah.
thing, and I forgot to say it after my interview. A huge congratulations to the 50 car. I mean, he came in pretty much right in the playoffs and has shown really immense speed out of the gate. So I wanted to give a big shout out to the 50 for getting his first win and knowing that he's going to be with us next season. I know the kid's got a lot of talent, and I definitely feel like he put it out in display today. And can't wait to actually race him for points next year. And I think that kid's going to be a threat. So anybody watching, man, watch that 50 car next season. That kid's real special.
Yeah, definitely shown the talent. But I think before we wrap it up here, we're going to give one last shout out here to the sponsors. Just before we wrap things up, going to give a shout out to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, ESMN Everything Stop Motion Network, Redline by Mark McAttack, FTR Racing League, the North American Racing Series, Minapeach.com, and Flash 9 Fitness, baby. Hashtag lick those trees.
Also, before we dip out, man, I'd really like to thank Elvin for putting this lead together, and I really hate to see him go into retirement the way he is. I
Yeah,
know
for sure.
he's a really
Yeah.
great driver, great owner, and even better friend, to everybody. Anybody that ever needed anything, he's always been the first one to jump in and help. And
Yep.
I really want to say thanks, man. You're a really big part of this group. And I know you're not leaving Phantom, but it kind of feels like it, in a way. But I don't want to get choked up, but thank you, buddy.
You're making me choked up. Stop it.
Nah, for real, man. I definitely echo a lot of what Ed has said. I mean, I came into this season really hardly knowing any custom setups and really knowing how to really get my car into a spot to make it really fast. And I'll never forget Daytona where we sat down and we bounced feedback for hours just on the car just to fine tune it. And just the amount that he's taught me and a good lot of drivers here on how to really become much faster and more consistent drivers, man, it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. And um, I owe him a lot to the knowledge that I have, and just want to try to push it moving forward. So can't wait to see what he does next when making Phantom even better than it already is. And just want to say thank you to Elvin for all that you do for not just MFF Motorsports and everything you do for our team, but for everything that you do for Phantom, man. It does not go unnoticed, and a lot of us are indebted to your kindness. So thank you very much for everything, man. Hopefully retirement treats you well, but don't be a damn stranger.
And, well, I guess while we're giving out thank yous, I mean, I guess I got to give a thanks to Elvin, too. If it
I mean, you
wasn't
don't
for
gotta,
Elvin,
but it's nice of you to.
it is. But, I mean, I do have to thank Elvin for bringing me on. This league has been incredible for the 5 or 6 races that I've been a part of so far. It really makes me wish he did it sooner. But I've only gotten back into broadcasting for the past, less than 2 months ago. So the fact that I'm with this league right now is absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to see the rest of these playoffs play out. But I think now that will wrap it up. So I will wait for the all clear from Elvin to know when we are good, because I'm not in control of this.